Welcome to Wisdom Grace. I'm very curious about what God does, and sometimes I have fascinating questions, especially why God puts so much emphasis and value and importance on trust, belief, and faith in Him. And I looked at human relationship, for instance, and how when somebody doesn't trust me, how I will feel or respond or react to it. When somebody doesn't trust me, can tell me, can give me their opinion about me, and based on their lack of trust in me, can tell me that this person does not value me, this person does not take me seriously. And I can also relate this to God. When we show lack of trust in God, can pretty much, to God, I can't really speak for God, but this is what I think, that it can show a sign of, God can't really help me. God doesn't care about me. I can't take God seriously. God is not interested in me. God is not able to do it. God doesn't know it all. God doesn't understand my pain. God doesn't understand my care, concern. God doesn't even have the power to help me. You understand? So that's what lack of trust negates, especially when you don't have it, and because God wants to feel or be the most important person in our life. God wants to feel that He is the only one that can help us. He is a jealous God. He wants to feel that He is the best in our life. He wants to feel that He is, without Him, you and I, we are nothing. He wants to feel that our total reliance and dependence is upon Him. You understand? He's the go-to person. He's the know-how person. So when you need to know how to do something, you know who to go to. When something has to be done, you know who to go to. When you need help, you know who your support is. That's why David said, "Where comes my help? My help comes from the Lord." That sense of dependence, because trust can give that person that you're trusting that sense of, oh, you rely on me, you depend on me, and that person becomes your strength, that person becomes your confidence, that person becomes your hope, that person becomes your power, your source, your wealth, whatever, your backbone. That person becomes your support. That's what God wants in our life. God wants to be our support. God wants to be our shield. God wants to be our security. God wants to be all that for us. He wants to be the person who is the go-to person. That's what He wants to be. So that's why, and I pray that God will help you and I, including myself, to understand the importance of trusting Him. To understand, I'm looking at the heart of God. This is a serious issue. Not just the head of God, but God has a heart. We have to look at the heart of God. When somebody doesn't trust you, it hurts. It hurts you. And then you trust your enemy more than you trust somebody who is your friend, who can be your friend, who is capable of being your friend. Sometimes when you don't listen to God, shows that you don't trust Him. When you don't listen to God, shows that you don't trust Him. When you don't obey God, shows that you don't trust Him. When you don't act your faith out, shows that you don't trust Him. So paying attention, obeying God, and acting out your faith tells God that you trust Him. Not just knowing it, but applying it, you know that you trust God. Who do you listen to? Do you listen to your friends more than you listen to God? Do you listen to the lies of the devil more than you listen to the truth of God? God is on your side. God is for you. God does not want to make your life miserable. God is your friend. He wants you to trust Him. Beloved, He wants you to trust Him. Trust Him. He can be trusted. He is faithful. He is faithful. He's not a man that He shall lie. I lie. I can lie to you. I can fail you. But with the help of God, He will help me not to. God is a perfect example. Because He's different. But He wants us to be like Him. Thank you.